I'm Cassie Burge. This is the Spectacular Zoe Rousseau.
Our songwriters are Julie Edelston, Emerson Hawthorne, Yakas Gota, Talia
So, the Spectacular Zoe Rousseau is about a young woman named Zoe. She grew up in poverty in a small provincial town in the 19th century, and her greatest dream is to become a magician.
Back in the late 1800s, magicians would travel around Europe and engage with audiences with tricks and stunts.
The only problem is that it was a very male-dominated profession until now.
Interior, palatial theater, night, Paris, 1865. Illuminated by a spotlight, Zoe Rousseau, 18, stands center stage, dressed in an elaborate magician's tux and cape.
What's the point of life without adventure, excitement, and a mystery or two? Everybody needs a little magic, a sparkle to lighten up their point of view. So it is my honor and my pleasure to bid you all bonsoir and bienvenue. Now stand and cheer for the performance of the year. You've heard, and I promise that it's true. There's something in the air tonight. There's someone in this room tonight. It's France's next mentalist marvel.
Zoe removes her top hat and a dozen white doves fly out. The applause becomes deafening, almost like squawking. Bok, bok, bok. Interior, Zoe's bedroom, early morning. Bok, bok! Zoe cracks an eyelid. Out her window, a coop of chickens cry loudly. She bolts out of bed in her nightdress and heads towards her wardrobe. Exterior, village square, day. Zoe, now wearing a patchwork dress and scarf, runs as fast as she can with a suitcase in hand. She twirls past the local town crier.
Pierre the Grand's coming today. Auditions for all performers to be held in town square.
Interior, Lemaire dress shop, continuous. Zoe bursts in through the front door, swings her case over the coat rack, and dashes behind the desk. Madame Lemaire, 60, stands there waiting.
Nice of you to finally show up.
I ran as fast as I could.
You can tell it to Mademoiselle Adeline when she sports down to walk on the aisle in a dress stuck up with pins.
Alterations, right.
She looks out the window over the shoulder of her mannequin and sees the judges walking into the theater for the auditions. Interior, Lemaire dress shop, later. Zoe warily sews the hem of the wedding dress as Madame Lemaire dozes off across the room, needle in hand. Zoe attempts to tiptoe out of the shop when she stumbles over a giant coat rack of suits and dresses. Madame Lemaire awakens.
What are you doing? That dress doesn't look finished.
Of course not. I just need to go pick up some more trim.
We have plenty of trim here.
Yes, but this is Mademoiselle Adeline's dress. We can't be using any old trim. I'm just going to take a quick trip to Roald's for something a little nicer.
If you're not back in an hour, don't bother coming at all.
Exterior, local rundown theater, continuous. Zoe wiggles her fingers excitedly and opens the wide, creaky doors. The inside is madness. Magicians are everywhere, practicing card tricks, vanishing roses, pulling never-ending colorful handkerchiefs from their sleeves. A magician pulls a rabbit out of his hat.
What's and I've been to the table. I came to win the audience's heart. Guarantee your jaw will hit your loafers as I reveal the card discarded at the start. A rose of any other name smells sweetly. No girl with a magician grand as I need settle for one lonely little flower when and I can make a garden multiply. There's mischief up my sleeve tonight. I'm counting up the stage tonight. I'm France's next medalist marvel.
Marguerite, head assistant to Pierre the Grand, addresses assistant candidates backstage.
The lobster dressed and stand a little straighter, with style and sophisticated flair. Everybody needs a little helper. The show cannot go on without you there. The magic's in your hands tonight. Oh, honey, you can't go on wearing that. Let's find out where you stand tonight. You call that a feather? With France's next mentalist marvel. What a true performance, sans la passion. Bidding that you hold your bated breath. Everything you think you know for certain vaporizes, turned upon its head. There's nothing I can't prove tonight. There's no one I can be tonight. I'm France's next mentalist marvel.
Zoe runs smack into the chest of Simon, 22, a handsome yet snarky young man with a clipboard and pencil in hand.
I'm sorry, I'm always running into things.
There are lots of worse things to run into.
If you'll excuse me, I have to get ready.
Are you sure you're in the right place?
These are the auditions for Pierre.
That's right, the assistants get dressed that way.
Assistant? Oh, no, I'm a magician.
Alright, what's your name?
Zoe.
Chloe.
Zoe.
That's cute. Why don't you change out of your bell ringing outfit before we get started?
Okay. Clearly there's been some kind of mistake.
There's been
I've
no
waited all my
mistake.
life
No,
for
no,
this,
you're
and I'm
over
auditioning as a
there.
magician,
No,
god
no,
damn
I
it.
don't
I
care
worked my
you're
ass
going to
off, and this is
audition
my
as a
moment.
Jesus,
I have to
you
do
cannot
this.
go in there.
I
You
am
are not
a
a magician. Come on, Chloe.
It's Zoe.
Simon pulls her by the arm up a set of stairs that lead backstage. The curtain rustles and Zoe gets a tiny glimpse at Pierre the Grand, 47, a French Clark Gable sitting in the audience. Simon pulls her along. Interior, women's dressing room, night. Simon practically shoves Zoe into the tiny space.
Here, if you need a personal escort to the stage as well, ask somebody else.
Simon shuts the door in her face. Tall model-esque women in silk dresses get ready as Zoe struts over to an open mirror, studying her dowdy reflection. Interior, stage, later. Zoe looks out of place among the beaming smiles and flashy costumes of the posing potential magician assistants. Pierre sits in the front row of the orchestra. Next to him sits Marguerite, striking and poised, even in a relaxed position. She purses her lips, forward. Pierre's intense gaze scans up and down the aisle.
2 on the left. Go. Feathers, loosen pounds, try again. You with the cape, don't waste my time. You, goodbye.
Zoe, too, has been dismissed. As the rest of the girls file out, she stands her ground.
How is that an audition? All we did was stand here.
What more does an assistant do?
Most of your job, it seems.
Excuse me? What gives a dusty little wench like yourself the right to speak to me that way?
I have as much a right as anyone. Look, there's been a mistake. I came here to be a magician, but I guess...
I don't care. You're wasting my time. I want you off my stage now.
Pierre, wait. She's the one. We could use another Spitfire on the team. Pinch her cheeks, give her some jewels. She'll fit right in.
What's your name?
Zoe. Zoe Rousseau.
Well, Mademoiselle Rousseau, my first assistant Marguerite makes a good point. You have something. You could use a new project, right?
But you're choosing me? But
I'm feeling charitable. It'll take a lot of training if you're willing to put in the work. And who knows? If you prove yourself enough, I might even let you perform some tricks on my stage.
Pierre extends a train ticket toward her.
The train for Munich leaves tomorrow.
Munich?
Take some time. If you don't show tomorrow morning, it's easy enough to find someone new.
He throws the ticket high in the air. Zoe jumps to catch it. Exterior, train station, early morning. As the train approaches, Pierre taps on his watch while Marguerite and Simon clutch their coats.
Wait for me, I'm coming!
Zoe reaches them, bent over with her hands on her knees.
Here. Hi. Look who showed up.
You hired
She
her?
doesn't bite, Simon. Forgive my son's bad manners.
Your son?
I guess we'll be seeing a lot more of each other.
Zoe, if you need anything, just direct your problems to him. He's working off a debt to his old Right, let's not waste any more time.
Simon and Marguerite board the train. Just as Zoe is about to board, Pierre whips his cane in front of Zoe's feet.
Your duties as my assistant start now.
Interior, train, day.
I didn't think you'd make it on the car, let alone callbacks.
It isn't quite the job I bargained for. I haven't got a showgirl's body. Calloused hands, spindly legs.
Chewed off nails, split ends.
Hey, I know I have a lot of work ahead of me, but it's all going to be worth it.
First you open up the curtains, breathe the air of musk and pine. Bring the trousers, socks, and shirts and off the laundry line. Don the dress and set the props. Smile the smile and strike the pose. Leave the crowd in rapt applause. If you think you're so above this line of work, why don't you just get off the train? Cause you know every day's a mission when you've got ambition. It takes more than wishing to become a great magician. Every day's a mission when you've got ambition. It takes more than wishing to become a great magician.
Where are they? Next house, where are they?
I'm a punching bag, a maid, a secretary, underpaid, a rabbit wrangler, dove collector, rope untangler, and just braid. Tell myself, remember that you can't afford to shed a tear. Practice palming extra change and thank your lucky stars you're here.
On the road to stardom, though I'm only starting, I could sit there wishing, but I'd rather be positioned. On the road to stardom, though I'm only starting, it takes more than wishing to become a great magician.
Next stop, Budapest. Interior, train car, night. Zoe sits with her hand pressed to the window pane as snow falls steadily.
Zoe, lowly, reporting for duty, spinning, beginning to run off the rails. No time for lonely or stressed out or moody, with eyes on the prize, on the golden holy grail.
Vienna! Next up, Vienna!
When my heart is in my hands and they're worked to the bone, and nobody's waiting for me to come home. Nobody's watching the hill out the window to see me return with the crowd as the hero.
Make my coffee hot.
We'll go stage
My
right.
ears stingy.
I said make it hot.
Pay attention,
Fix my
though.
costume
Girl
quick.
can't even make coffee.
Every
Make my
day's
coffee
a
hot.
mission,
Go stage
My
right.
God,
I said make it hot.
Fix my costume
Girl can't even make coffee.
Every day's a mission when you've got ambition. It takes more than wishing to become a great magician.
Rome! Frankfurt! Prague!
Interior, Zoe and Marguerite's quarters, continuous. Marguerite barges in the room. She drops her bag by the door. Zoe follows quickly behind and flops down on her bed. Marguerite makes her way over to the other side of the room, bumbling over Zoe's strewn clothing.
When do you plan on fixing this mess? You should learn to organize. Then maybe you wouldn't mix up the props.
You know how dark it gets backstage.
Zoe, I've been doing this showbiz thing my whole life. You think I woke up one day a perfect assistant?
Well, it's not like it takes much skill.
Oh, if it's so easy, why are you still confusing the props?
Well, if it's so difficult of a job, why was I able to get the same position with no experience?
Gee, I wonder. Let's just say Pierre has a type.
Hey, I work harder than anyone else on that stage. What's so funny?
I thought being an assistant was a talentless, creditless job, yet you're quick to hop to your own defense.
I didn't mean...
It's all right. I know what you meant. You're smart, Zoe. Maybe too smart for your own good. You just need a little patience. I promise someday you're really gonna shine. But until then, for the love of Houdini, clean your room!
Interior, dance hall, night. Friends, crew members, and other magicians dance the night away in celebration of Pierre's last night in Prague. The drinks flow as a winter storm builds outside. Zoe, Marguerite, and Simon sit together at the bar. Simon cleans up in a tux while Marguerite dresses to the 9s and Zoe to the 6s. Marguerite takes a puff of her cigar.
And that's why you should never take advice from a shoe cobbler.
As Zoe takes a sip of her whiskey, she catches Simon eyeing her.
What?
Nothing, you clean up well. Maybe you'd like to dance later?
Zoe stops listening. As a waiter emerges from the curtain in the corner of the wall, she notices Pierre behind him.
Hold that thought. I'll be right back.
Zoe walks away. Simon sighs as he takes a swig of his drink. Interior, private room, continuous. Zoe wiggles between dancers until she reaches Pierre. He sits at a table with 3 empty glasses as he sips from a fourth.
Zoe! Looking lovely as ever.
Thank you, sir. I was wondering if we could talk.
About what?
Well, I've been working as your second assistant for some
Is
time
this
now.
a business meeting? Oh, Zoe, it's after hours, relax.
Relax really isn't in my vocabulary.
So I've noticed.
I was wondering if maybe you could...
Spit it out.
Could I have a spot to perform magic in one of your shows?
Pierre chokes on the sip he was just taking, spilling wine on the table. He delicately wipes his mouth with a tablecloth.
Zoe, you're not...
I know I'm ready.
Zoe...
You did say if I worked hard enough, I could have a
Zoe,
spot.
stop.
Just give me a chance and I can show...
Zoe! You're never going to be a magician. You're never going to be a magician. Not under me.
But sir, you...
Is this about fame, money? I could bump you up to first assistant like that. Say the word, Marguerite is gone.
What? No, how could you even think...
Fine. Doesn't matter. The fact is, no one wants to see a woman running the show. The world just isn't ready. But there are other ways of moving on.
Pierre reaches across the table to take Zoe's hand. Zoe jerks her hand away as if touched by fire.
You're a monster.
I'm a showman. Do you think because you work for me, you deserve congratulations, great Pierre's assistant? What a joke! Your ticket on that train was a favor in itself. I don't owe you a thing. Wake up! You can take as a fact you'll be banished from this business if you so much as ask me this again. Now shut your crooked lips, sweetie, don't look so surprised. I don't see you on stage. Good night.
Zoe storms across the dance hall. Interior, housing quarters, night. Zoe walks into her room and sits down in front of her mirror. She wipes away her red lipstick with the back of her hand. In the corner of her room, she notices a poster for Pierre the Grand. She then whips out a pair of scissors, a needle, and thread and starts to cut into a black satin garment. Interior, palatial theater, night. The crowd starts to pour into the auditorium. Marguerite paces backstage. She notices Simon walking towards her.
Anything?
Look, I don't know what Pierre said, but it clearly upset her.
Pierre bursts open the door from his dressing room.
Is she here?
No.
Well, good riddance.
Interior, theater, night. The lights dim as the show begins. The curtain opens to reveal Pierre, front and center.
Welcome, ladies and gents. What you see may shock the bravest of you. Know that you can never trust your eyes.
Pierre Pierre opens his cape as Marguerite rolls on the props. As the table comes into the light, she freezes on spot.
Now,
Things are missing.
what did you do with them?
They were all here, I swear.
Fine. Start with the vanishing bouquet. For this illusion, I'll need a special volunteer. How about someone sweet like
Me.
The man makes his way to the main stage. He wears a three-piece suit and top hat.
Well, actually, this illusion requires a lovely lady, one with a preference for roses.
I like roses.
Zoe?
All right, my good sir. If you could hold this bouquet of flowers.
Zoe takes the bouquet. As Pierre waves to the audience, she vanishes it herself. Pierre does a double take.
Where's the bouquet?
Zoe twirls her arms, magically reproducing the bouquet out of thin air.
What? Zoe, what do you think you're doing?
Don't you think three's a crowd? Wouldn't it be so convenient if just one of us vanished in thin air?
Get off my stage!
Marguerite proudly unfolds a length of fabric and covers Pierre with it. Zoe taps the fabric a few times, picks it up, and poof, Pierre is gone.
That's better.
Interior, backstage continuous. Simon walks by the wings and sees Zoe on stage. What the
For my next trick,
Interior, stage continuous.
I'll need an object from the audience. Perhaps a pocket watch?
An audience member offers his golden watch.
Thank you. Now, isn't this a pretty thing?
Marguerite places a cloth over the object and smashes it with a hammer.
Check your pocket.
The man reaches into his pocket. The spotlight swings over to him, revealing the restored watch in his hand.
And now for our next trick.
Marguerite lies on the table in the center of the stage. Zoe skips to the back and picks up a large hoop, swinging it around. She twirls her fingers over Marguerite, whose body begins to levitate. As Marguerite suspends in midair, Zoe passes the hoop through her. When Marguerite's feet touch back on the ground, Zoe motions for her to step aside.
Now, watch this.
Zoe spins around, her tuxedo transforming into a glittering ball gown. She then whips out her bobby pin, revealing a head of flowing curly hair. The audience roars with applause.
It has been my honor and my pleasure to throw away the curtains and come through. I have stood behind your so beloved mastermind, but now let's give credit where it's due. There's something in the air tonight. There's someone getting proven right. I'm Zoe Rousseau. See you next time.
As the curtain drops, Marguerite races up to Zoe.
That was spectacular!
Simon embraces Zoe and Marguerite.
How did you do that?
Pierre emerges from behind Simon.
How dare you! You!
Pierre, what a show! Your girl was fantastic.
Jean-Robert Houdin, the father of modern magic, steps out from the wings.
Oh, Monsieur Houdin! I had no idea you'd be here.
I would never pass up the opportunity to see Pierre the Great perform. Little did I know what a performance it would be. You have a real protege on your hands here.
Of course, the spectacular Zoe indeed.
I'd like to see more of you, Zoe. When will you be performing for Pierre next?
I believe we can arrange for something in London next week. What do you say, Zoe?
I think I'll be okay on my own.
Oh! Well, if you're not with Pierre, you know what would be just splendid? A competition!
What?
Yes, a magician competition. A young female apprentice versus the seasoned mentalist marvel. Europe will just eat it up.
Zoe takes her top hat and places it smack back on her head. She tips it forward and reaches her hand out.
You don't want to do this.
Scared, Pierre?
Feeling the pressure, Pierre reaches his hand out. They shake on it.